This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Amma turns on the heat on the structure she called a traffic cop's hat. New secretariat. Delays in money spent will be probed.
புது அசெம்பிளிக்கு விசாரணை எந்த விசாரணையை சந்திப்பதற்கு திமுக தயாராக இருக்கு. Thank you sir.
Kalinia's flagship programs are shown the door. Amma launches a new insurance plan while kicking out Karunanidhi's scheme. DMK's housing project suffers a lethal blow. Amma announces a new eco-friendly housing scheme. Is nationalization of cable TV on the cards? AIADMK chief looks to revive the RSU cable TV. Metro versus monorail. Amma leans towards the monorail for offering ease of commutation to Chennai commuters. TVs galore as Amma delivers on manifesto promises. From laptops to grinders, expect delivery by mid-September. Party workers try to cheer up the DMK patriarch despite the gloom. Karunanidhi rues bad friendship.
Indirect message to the Congress party, but if that is the case, he should have talked to himself, not to his cadres. The cadres did not decide on the alliance. The family decided on it.
Parents' protest turns ugly in Trichy. Local television network journalist is assaulted by the school correspondent. MTC driver who ran over passengers killing 3 was arrested but is already out on bail. Well, a very good evening and welcome to News Tonight with me, Ashmit Kumar. Let's take a look at developments coming in from across the nation. Less than a day ahead of his fast, another round of talks between Ramdev and government ministers. As talks go down to the wire, the Congress hits out suggesting that spiritual gurus should stay out of politics. As the RSS instructs its cadres to join tomorrow's fast, Ramdev assures Anna Hazare that there will be no RSS men there. Even a day before the actual fast begins, thousands have gathered to support the yoga guru. The JPC chief tells NDTV that all telecom ministers, including Dayanidhi Maran, will be questioned on the spectrum allocation. And fingers crossed for Sania Mirza as she plays her first ever women's doubles Grand Slam final today. Well, first up at this hour, did today's developments coming in from the Secretariat have the conventional tilt towards vendetta politics? Now, with various flagship programs of the DMK being shown the door, will the new AIADMK regime achieve the goal of vanquishing the DMK?
ஒட்டுமொத்தமாக குழந்தைகளுக்கு அளிக்கப்படும் கல்வியின் தரம் உயர்த்தப்பட வேண்டும் என்பதுதான் எங்களுடைய ஒரே நோக்கம்.
The old drama in Dravidian politics, enter Amma and exit Ayya schemes. The first casualty of the defeated DMK regime, uniform syllabus for school children. Jayalalitha has put it on hold, citing lack of quality. So, new books worth 117 crores will be shelved and the old syllabi will be back in print.
Jayalalitha has also struck down many of the other pet projects of the earlier DMK regime, but she has cautiously replaced them with her own projects, making sure the public don't stand to lose the benefits they've been enjoying so far.
So, the Kalangur health insurance scheme stands replaced by a new public insurance scheme with added benefits. The free concrete housing scheme has become the solar-powered greenhouse scheme, and Chennai's metro rail project is out. In comes monorail. The worst blow, the Kalanidhi Maran controlled cable TV network in the state will now be nationalized, ostensibly to bring down charges. Also, the DMK's pet project, the 1,000 crore new secretariat, will be probed for financial irregularities.
திமுகவினுடைய ஆட்சியில் நிறைவேற்றப்பட்ட திட்டங்களையும் ரத்து செய்யறதுக்கும் அதை மாற்றி அமைப்பதற்காக தயாரிக்கப்பட்டதுதான் அதிமுக ஆட்சியின் சார்பில் வைக்கப்பட்டிருக்கக்கூடிய ஆளுநர் அறிக்கை.
புது அசெம்பிளிக்கு விசாரணை
Well, moving ahead now, today is of course Karunanidhi's birthday, and the new regime gifted a rude shock to the former Chief Minister. Now, with various DMK flagship programs being shown the door, our executive editor Sanjay Pinto decided to take a look at the fine print with renowned political analyst and editor-in-chief of Tughlaq, Cho Ramasamy, and senior journalist R. Rangaraj.
All right, Mr. Ramasamy, the AIADMK has replaced some of the DMK schemes with their own versions on the ground that they need to be improved. Now, is this a clever way of actually erasing the DMK memory and adding the AIADMK stamp on these welfare measures? And this has been a common feature of Dravidian politics, one must add.
I don't think there is any cleverness involved in it. I think there is honesty involved in it. Take, for example, the medical insurance scheme. It was benefiting the insurance company more than the poor who deserved treatment, and some of the hospitals also benefited, but not really the poor who were supposed to be the real beneficiaries. So now she has promised a new scheme which will take care of the needs of the poor and not the needs or the profit motives of the insurance company. That is one thing. Again, on the free house scheme, 75,000 which was granted by the previous government would not have been enough to build a house, and so people went about seeking loans. Now that necessity has been done away with. The state government has promised 1,80,000 rupees and also solar energy for the houses. So all these are good improvements. How can we say that it is an attempt to erase the memory of the previous schemes? No, I don't think so.
Mr. Rangaraj, again talking of vendetta here, there has really been no vendetta shown in the reshuffle of the bureaucracy, because barring a few officers who have been shunted out to, let's say, the refugee camp and the Mandapam camp, or as vigilance officers of state transport corporations, a convenient parking ground for inconvenient officers, she's retained the talent even from the DMK regime. You look at former Police Commissioner Rajendran is now ADG Intelligence. Former Additional Commissioner of Police Crime and Headquarters Sanjay Arora remains in the city as Additional Commissioner Traffic. Hansraj Verma, who was the TNEB chief during the DMK regime, is back there as Electricity Board Chairman. So there's been no vindictive display there when it comes to the bureaucracy.
I think by and large the reshuffle has been okay, and it's always natural for the new dispensation to have officers in key posts who are known to, you need a certain bonhomie or camaraderie between senior officials and the ruling dispensation, and that's the way they always look at it. And certain persons who were perhaps considered too close to the powers that be during the previous administration are bound to move to less important posts. That always happens with every change of government. I don't think there's been an undue atmosphere of vendetta there.
All right.
While other reshuffles have been okay.
Mr. Ramasamy, now are students really getting caught in this crossfire between the AIADMK and the DMK over the uniform school syllabus? A lot of parents have been calling us asking what textbooks will they really have to follow when schools reopen. Just a few days left for that.
The uniform school syllabus was a means to bring down the level of education. Whoever had higher levels of education, a better system, all that was leveled down. The minimum most level was achieved by that. Was it a good thing for the students, for the future of the students in this competitive world? That is why that scheme has been shelved, and the government is thinking of bringing about a uniform syllabus which would aim at a higher level of education, not reach the lowest level of education and make everybody equal.
Mr. Ramasamy, in 2001, if we all remember, the flyover case, many believe that that was handled with haste, which is why it perhaps fell by the wayside. Now, this time the AIADMK government seems in no hurry whatsoever and has constituted not one but two commissions of inquiry to probe the new secretariat project. Do you see this as one of the biggest worries for the DMK, away from the 2G scam, of course?
Well, the DMK has committed so many wrongs, so many illegal acts, so many corrupt deeds, that they are in for it now. They thought that they are going to be a permanent fixture in the seats of power in the center and the state. They thought nobody is going to dethrone them. But Jayalalitha has shattered that faith. And now the DMK will face some hard times, no doubt about it.
Now, the governor's address today also coincided with Mr. Karunanidhi's birthday. The DMK chief had a cryptic message for his party men. He said, bad friendship will end in trouble. What is he referring to? Who is he referring to? And how do you interpret this, sir?
Well, this has been generally interpreted by journalists as being a message, indirect message to the Congress party. But if that is the case, he should have talked to himself, not to his cadres. The cadres did not decide on the alliance. The family decided on it, the continuance of it at least. The alliance continues to satisfy the needs of the family. The family needs to be protected from the clutches of law. For that, the DMK is depending on the centre and the Congress party. So he should have talked to himself and to his family, not to his cadre.
So that was again a sense decoding of Karunanidhi's coded messages coming through. Nonetheless, moving ahead now, Governor Barnala's first address of Tamil Nadu's 14th Assembly session was one full of populism, promises and prosperity, and spiced with the traditional Dravidian politics. Now our senior correspondent Peer Mohammed brings us this report. September 15th will be both homemakers and students' day out. That's when the free mixer grinders will be distributed.
This government will also implement the scheme for free distribution of laptop computers to students and commence the distribution from September 15th, 2011 to cover all +1 and +2 students in government-aided schools and students in government and government-aided colleges in phased manner.
But the governor's address also hit the delete button on many of the previous DMK regime schemes.
The government will launch a solar-powered greenhouse scheme for the benefit of the poor in the rural areas and construct measuring houses about 300 square feet with a unit cost of 1,80,000 by meeting the entire cost by the government. It will also launch a new housing scheme.
The merits of restoring Anna University to its original status and to review uniform system of school education will clearly be debated by many in the coming days. Extending welfare schemes to Lankan refugees and the assurance of improving infrastructure in Dalit hostels may go down well with many. In short, it was a bouquet for the people and brickbat for the previous regime. In Chennai with Peer Mohammed, this is Ashmit Kumar for NDTV Hindu. Now, low-key celebrations mark the day for the DMK chief Karunanidhi, who turned 88 today. Now, it's been a tough year for the DMK patriarch. His party, the DMK, was roundly thrashed in the assembly elections, and two of his favourite people, Kanimuri and A. Raja, are in jail in connection with the 2G scam. Now, although Karunanidhi did plan to fly to Delhi today to be with his daughter Kanimuri, there was a change of plans. He intends to visit his constituency Tiruvarur on Sunday to thank the voters.
அரசியல் மறுமலர்ச்சிக்காகவும்
சமுதாய எழுச்சிக்காகவும்
அரசியல் மறுமலர்ச்சிக்காகவும் தங்களை ஒப்படைத்துக் கொண்ட தோழர்கள் உடன்பிறப்புகள் கூடா நட்பு கேடாய் முடியும் என்ற பொன்மொழியை மறந்துவிடாமல்.
Well, a local TV network journalist is assaulted and abused. We bring you more details on this horrific incident on the other side.